Welcome everyone to the video. So you've got the greens and now you're unsure of what to do, who to level, who to work on. Well, this guide is here to explain Birthright, the greens, go over a little bit of gameplay, show what they're all about. So we have level 50. I accidentally leveled Sunfyre to 53, but these are level 50 greens, pretty much 4 stars. The only one that's 3 stars, Sunfyre. Now you have the greens special ability, their faction bonus, which is 3 to 5 members, making Birthright 30 to 50% more effective. Now Birthright is an interesting mechanism in the game. It provides an increase in damage for the skill abilities, their special skills, leadership abilities, and passive abilities per mark. So there's multipliers for this. 1 is removed per turn. So what's important about the greens is you need to work fast, get things killed, get the wheels in motion, and refill Birthright. You have Birthright makers and you have damage dealers. We'll talk about the Birthright makers. First of all, we got Aegon Targaryen, which Aegon, when he's the team leader, whenever he drops below 50% health, all allies gain 3 Birthright. So that is a good effect there. And when you get him to 5 stars, it triggers again when he drops below 25% health. Now, him and Sunfyre are in the event, the Rooks event. So you will be able to get them for free for the leaderboards and your natural pulls. Then for his passive, he begins combat with 8 Birthright and 75% stamina. All the greens start with 75% stamina and 8 Birthright when you get their passive unlocked. They'll lose 1 Birthright per turn. When he loses Birthright, all allies with Birthright gain 12% stamina. This is huge. This is huge for charging up the team. He is wonderful, and he has a great attack where he gets a attack buff for each Birthright he has for 5 turns, and he does a good amount of fire damage attack to a single enemy. So he's a good guy to get the wheels in motion. Then you have another good nuker in the team, Aemond Targaryen. And Aemond. He begins combat with 8 Birthright, 75% stamina. When he deals critical damage, he gains 5% Birthright. So critical damage is when you do a skill and it lands with the crit. So he gives himself a chance to gain more Birthright. This is the move. You're going to try to match purple gems to get this move. This is pretty much a nuke. 37% bonus fire damage for each Birthright he has. So you start off strong and you get that train rolling. Then we have another person who creates Birthright, which is Alicent. Alicent deals 10% physical damage with bonus 15% per Birthright. This is good. She also is the healer of the greens, heals them for 16% attack, and a chance to critically heal, then grants all allies 4 Birthright. So she is the most consistent way to gain Birthright back on the team. And when she starts with 8 Birthright and 75% stamina, which all of them do, when an ally takes critical damage, she'll sacrifice 10% health to gain 25% stamina and grant her damage ally 3 Birthright. So this is pretty potent and pretty important. Then you have Sunfyre. Sunfyre has a very slow speed move, which does fire attack damage and reduces fire resistance. And for each Birthright on Sunfyre, the attack repeats. So you just keep doing it. You just keep doing it. And it's very potent. When he accumulates Birthright, he gains 15% stamina, and it becomes increased to 20% when you get to 4 stars. And he does get the bonus for the event for Rook's Rest. And then finally, we have Otto. Otto has a slow speed move for every Birthright on Otto. Each enemy loses minus 2% defense for 3 turns. So this is pretty potent. And then he does 27% physical to all enemies. Very nice there. in an all-green team, either him or Aemond will get him or Aegon will get the lead. If he's the team leader, all allied greens gain 15% stamina and lose 15% defense for 10 turns. But when you get him to 5-star, they no longer suffer a defense penalty. And then the first time an enemy is defeated, he grants all allied greens 7% stamina per birthright they have. So when you get these guys to when you get them to 6 stars, they get 10 birthright to start, which is super important. So every turn it goes away. Now, for events, the meta for events is a Rhaenyra lead to create the power-ups, which will redo the stamina and make things go. So you need Rhaenyra lead. And then you have Stannis to destroy gems. I do have him at 6 stars, so he will destroy 3 power-up gems. If you have him at 5-star or below, he will destroy 1, which is still good. But this is the team, and you definitely, what I'm told from other greens users, which I'm excited to try, the 3 greens that you want to have on your team is Aemond as a nuke, Aegon as a nuke, and Alicent to replenish the birthright. So we are going to go ahead and do a match. I've been farming chapter 5, Treacherous. So let's do that, and let's put the greens in. I'll show you what they do in events. So Aemond, Alicent, Aegon, and then we'll get Rhaenyra and Stannis. Make Rhaenyra the lead. Okay, so we'll start this. Let's take this off auto. Okay, so right away, we got the nuke move. We're going to use the nuke move. Okay, it didn't do enough because he's only level 50. I should have attacked the other guy, but that's okay. We'll use Alicent's move. Okay, now she creates the gems. Now 2 have been created. Use Aemond. Okay, he's blasted away. See, I didn't do that right. But basically what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to just get lots of stamina, lots of passing, and going off. So they're only level 50, but that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to nuke someone. I used too many moves. Let's try that again. Okay, so they start off with 75% stamina. And let's go for an Aemond match. And let's go to nuke this guy. I don't know. It might be too low power. Okay, he nukes him. Creates the stamina. There we go. Now all 3 moves are loaded, locked and loaded. And then we're going to use, how many birthright do they have? 6 birthright. Okay. So you know what? We'll use another Aemond nuke, destroy some gems. He's done. And all the stamina is filled. So as you can see, that is pretty potent. That is how you use the greens in events, and they do wonders. Let's use the greens by themselves. With Otto. Let's go to greens. Okay, take away Stannis and Rhaenyra. And we'll put Otto as the lead. These are level 50s, bear in mind. Okay, so they're at like 90% stamina. So we want to match that. Now they have how much birthright? They have 7 and 6. Okay, so we're going to use Sunfyre's move. Boom, boom, boom. They're all dead. I would show you guys in raid, but they're too low powered. Then we're going to lower their defense. We're going to lower their defense down. And then we're going to attack. There we go. Gaining birthright. There's Aegon with his nuke, and then Aemond with his nuke. So as you can see, these are not an optimized team, but they do get the job done. And then we have Sunfyre just nuking. So as you can see, they're pretty potent, they're pretty powerful, good raid team. You cannot use Sunfyre in raid, but you can use him in events. So if you want to use him in Rook's Rest, he will get the upgrade, but they are a super strong team. Again, you need a combination of birthright gainers like Alicent and Aegon with their abilities to gain birthright for the team, because they will lose it 1 per turn. And once you run out of birthright, you're not in a good chance. They hit hard, they hit fast, they are the meta for events. If you haven't already and you're thinking about it, go get yourself some greens. Comment below, let me know what you think of the video. Subscribe for more Game of Thrones content, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care.